Hi guys, in this video we're going to do the summary of chapter 4, which is network access. Let's start. There are two types of RSI model, which is the data link and physical layer. Data link is sending, preparing, control access, receiving, acceptance, and processing. The physical layer is control the binary data transmitted, and the receiving is receive signal across the connecting media. Type of connections, physical connection can be wire connection using a cable on a wireless connection. Then wireless connection is a data stream transmitted using a radio waves, must be connection to a wireless access. So here's the three part of this encapsulation, encoding, and bandwidth. Physical layer media, so there are three parts of this: the copper cable, the fiber optic cable, and the wireless. The copper cable is the signals or pattern of electrical pulses. The fiber optic cable is the signals or pattern of light. Then wireless, the signals are patterns of microwave transmission. The throughput is the measure of the transfer of bits across the media over a given period of time. Then latency refers to the amount of time to include delays for data to travel from one given point to another. There is a third measurement to assess the transfer of usable data that is known as throughput. Type of physical media is the physical layer produce the representation and grouping of bits as voltage, radio frequencies, or light pulses. This specification guaranteed that cables and connector will function as anticipated with different data link layer implementation. As an example, standard for copper media are defined for the type of copper cable used, bandwidth of the communication, type of connectors used, and pin-out and color codes of connection to the media, maximum distance of the media. The characteristic of copper cabling is network use copper media because it is in effect inexpensive, easy to install, and has low resistance to electrical current. However, copper media is limited by distance and signal interference. Data is transmitted on copper cables as electrical pulses. Electromagnetic interference, or EMI, or radio frequency interference, or RFI, then crosstalk. Copper media. There are three main types of copper media used in networking. Unshielded twisted pair, the UTP, shielded twisted pair, STP, and co-shunt. These cables are used to interconnect nodes on a LAN and infrastructure devices such as switches, router, and wireless access point. The unshielded twisted pair cabling is the most common networking media. UTP cabling terminated with RJ45 connectors is used for interconnecting network hosts with intermediate network devices such as switches and router. The shielded twisted pair cables provide better noise protection than UTP cabling. However, compared to UTP cable, STP and cable is significantly more expensive and difficult to install. Like UTP cable, STP uses an RJ45 connector. The coaxial cable or coax for short gets its name from the fact that there are two conductors that share the same axis. Although UTP cable has essentially replaced coaxial cable in modern internet installation, the coaxial cable design is used in wireless installation and cable internet installation. Then the copper media safety. All three parts of copper media are susceptible to fire and electrical hazard. Such situations are possible when copper cabling is used to connect network in different buildings or on separate floors that use disparate power facilities. Properties of UTP cabling is UTP cabling does not use shielding to counter the effects of EMI and RFI. Cancellation, when two wires in an electrical circuit are placed close together, their magnetic fields are the exact opposite of each other. Therefore, the two magnetic fields cancel each other and also cancel out any outside EMI and RFI signals. Varying the number of twists per wire pair. TI AIA or EIA 568 or Electronic Industry Alliance and Telecommunication Industry Association. The IEEE or Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer cable are placed into categories based on their ability to carry higher bandwidth rates. So the category 3 cable is the UTP, category 5 and 5E cable is the UTP, and category 6 is cable. So the UTP connector, this is the RJ45 UTP plug. The RJ45 UTP packets and this. So types of UTP cable, Ethernet straight through, the most common type of networking cable. Ethernet crossover, a cable used to interconnect similar devices. Rollover, a Cisco proprietary cable used to connect a workstation to a router or switch console port. The UTP cable tests the following parameters for testing. So warm-up cable length signal loss due to anti-mutation and crosstalk. Fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable can transmit signal with less anti-mutation and it's completely immune to EMI and RFI. Optical fiber is commonly used to interconnect input devices. So two types of fiber optic cable is the SMF or single mode fiber, which consists of a very small core and is expensively certified to send a single ray of light. The MMF or multi-mode fiber consists of a larger core and uses LED emitters to send light pulses. Specifically, light from a LED enters the multi-mode fiber at different angles. So these are the fiber optic connectors. Then optical time domain reflectors or OTDR is alignment, end cap, and end finish. So fiber versus copper. So here it is. Then the properties of wireless media is the coverage area, interference, security, and shared medium. Types of wireless media is the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and WiMAX. So Cisco WRV500 wireless band router. So wireless access point or AP and wireless NIC adapter. So the data link layer, the data link layer of this RSI model is responsible for allowing the upper layer to access the media, access, accepting layer 3 packets and packaging them into frames, preparing network data for the physical network, controlling how data is placed and received on the media, exchanging frames between nodes over a physical network media such as UTP or fiber optic, receiving and directing packets to upper layer protocol, performing auto detection. So as shown in this figure, the SI data link layer is responsible for the exchange of Ethernet frames between source and destination nodes over a physical network media. So the data link layer is divided into two sublayers, the logical link control or LLC and the media access control or MAC. So the MAC or media access control is layer 2 protocol specify that encapsulation of a packet into a frame and the techniques for getting the encapsulated packet on and of each medium. So the technique used for getting the frame on and off of the media is called the media access control method. So providing access to media and different media access control methods may be required during a single communication. Each network environment that packets encountered as they travel from a local host to a remote host can have different characteristics. So data link layer standard, unlike the protocols of the upper layers of the TCP IP slot, data link layer protocols are generally not defined by request for comments. And controlling access to the media is regulating the placement of data frames onto the media is controlled by the media access control sublayer. So the actual media access control method used depends on topology and media sharing. So physical and logical topologies, ISLAN and WAN topologies can be viewed in two ways. So physical topology and logical topology. So there are common physical WAN topologies. WANs are commonly interconnected using the following physical topologies is the point-to-point, hub and spoke, and mesh. So the physical LAN topologies is defined how the N system are physically interconnected. So star N devices are connected to central intermediate device, extended star. In an extended star topology, additional Ethernet switches interconnect other stars topologies. Thus, all N systems are chained to each other and terminated and some from each end. Then ring and system are connected to their respective neighbor forming a ring. So here's the physical topologies. So duplicate communication refers to a direction of data transmission between two devices. So half duplicate communication. Both devices can transmit and receive on the media but cannot do simultaneously. So the full duplex communication is both devices can transmit and receive on the media at the same time. There are two basic access control methods for shared media. Contention and base access. All nodes operating in half-duplex compete for the show of the medium, but only one device can send at a time. So controlled access. Each node has its own time to use the medium. Frame is a key element of each data link layer protocol. So here's the end of the PowerPoint for the summary of